white glow breaks over steel fields as a new day calls my name. Coffee steaming on the table, boots laced tight for one more round. Same old road beneath my tires, same old heartbeat in this town. There's something in the morning sky says I ain't who I used to be. There's a fire waking up inside, pushing harder out of me. Storms have carved their lines across these hands I carry proud. But I've learned to stand up taller when the world gets loud. This is the working man's dawn, where the tired rise again, where the grit becomes our backbone and the struggle makes us men. I've been pushed, I've been broken, but I'm not losing what I've earned. I'm still rising, still burning, still me. Machine hum echoes through the yard, another shift begins to roar. Years of sweat and heavy lifting carved my story in the floor. But every hour I've given life has taught me strength I couldn't see. And the battles no one noticed shape the better man in me. I've walked roads lined with failure, felt the sting of letting go, but the spark that kept me moving always found a place to glow. Now the sun breaks on my shoulders like it's lighting up my name, and the weight I used to carry doesn't feel the same. This is the working man's dawn, where the tired rise again, where the grit becomes our backbone and the struggle makes us men. Call it courage, call it stubborn, call it heart that won't concede. I'm still rising, still burning, still me. And as the wheel keeps turning forward, I keep stepping where I'm meant to be. Still me. A slow desert wind rolls across my boots, the sun hanging low like a burning promise. Been waking up before the dawn, chasing down a little hope, and scarred from years of lifting every burden I could hold. Road's been long and heavy, but I'm still pushing through, 'cause every mile behind me proves there's nothing I can't do. I hear the whisper of the past saying, boy, you won't break free, but I've carried too much fire to let it smother me. So I rise through the dust, through the weight of every doubt. When the world leans hard against me, I still find a way somehow. Every heartbeat is a warning that I ain't done yet. You'll see, I'm still climbing, still fighting, still me. sunset paints the highway red, like the stories I survived. Took every wrong turn somehow and still kept my soul alive. I've stumbled through the shadows, but I stand here anyway, with a heart built like an engine made to run another day. There's a storm up in the distance, but I'm walking straight ahead, 'cause the fear that used to own me lost its power when it fled. I'm the man who kept on swinging, even when the light grew thin. Now the dawn is breaking open and I'm ready to begin. I rise through the dust, through the battles life has thrown. Every bruise becomes a lesson, carved like steel into my bones. You can call it stubborn fire, call it grit or destiny, but I'm still climbing, still fighting, still me. Still me. As the last light fades behind me, I take another step toward who I'm meant to be. Still me. A slow rumble of arrows on gravel sets a tone for another long road. I've walked through nights that felt endless, with nothing but faith to guide, held tight to every promise I made on the hard days I survived. I've seen the bridges burning, watch the smoke rise to the sky, but I learned that losing something doesn't mean I lose my fight. Every scar upon my knuckles tells a story I'm true, and the man I've grown into is built from everything I've been through. So I carry the fire, keep it burning in my chest, through the trials and the heartaches, through the shadows and the tests. I may bend, I may stumble, but I'll never break completely. I'm still running, still burning, still me. Wind cuts sharp across the valley, whispers things I used to fear, but I've stood against the darkness long enough to see it clear. Strength ain't built from easy mornings, it's forged in the hardest nights, and the flame that keeps me moving started from my first small fight. There's a road that leads to somewhere I ain't traveled yet before, and every step I'm taking now opens up another door. I'm the man who keeps on walking even when the storms surround, 'cause I know that buried deep inside there's a fire I haven't found. So I carry the fire, keep it burning in my chest, through the trials and the heartaches, through the shadows and the tests. Call it courage, call it still me.
Thunder rolls over iron rail as the night gives way to grit and steel. I felt the weight of choices hanging heavy on my chest. Walked through days that broke me down before I found my rest. But every time the pressure hit, I learned to stand up tall. 'Cause a working man gets stronger every time the hammer falls. I've been pushed right to the edges, nearly torn apart, but there's iron in my spirit and a furnace in my heart. When the hammer falls, I won't bow, I won't break. I'll endure every blow this life decides to make. In the fire of the struggle, I remember who I'll be. Still rising, still swinging, still me. Some folks crumble under thunder, some run from the sound. But I've walked through storms head on, with both feet on the ground. Each echo in the distance tells me I can take the hit. 'Cause the man who keeps on fighting is the one who never quits. I faced moments where the darkness tried to pull me under fast, but the strength I built from failure turned my fear into my past. Now I look out at the morning as the sunlight cracks the sky. Every strike that shaped my journey taught me how to rise. When the hammer falls, I won't bow, I won't break. I'll endure every blow this life decides to make. Call it courage, call it backbone, call it my own legacy. Still rising, still swinging, still me. Still me. And as the fire cools to embers, I walk forward where I'm meant to be. Still me. Still me. A cold wind sweeps across the ridges, dawn breaks like a promise on the horizon. I've stood at edges trembling, where the ground felt thin and weak, where the voices in my shadows tried to drown the words I speak. But every time the fear rose up, I found a steadier breath. 'Cause a man who's walked through darkness learns to stand his ground with death. These hands were carved by labor, by the miles laid out behind. And the fire I carry forward is the kind you only find through time. I stand at the edge, but I'm not backing down. Through the storms and the heartache, I still hold my ground. Every break, every burden only sharpen what I'll be. valley's full of footprints from the trials I've overcome, and the dust behind me glimmers in the early rising sun. I've stumbled through the moments when my faith was wearing thin, but the man who rose each morning kept on choosing to begin. There's a strength inside my heartbeat that the world can't take away, a reminder in the echoes that I'm built to face the day. So I brace against the sunrise with the courage deep and true. Every win, every loss has shaped the road that I walk through. I stand at the edge, but I'm not backing down. Through the storms and the heartache, I still hold my ground. Call it faith, call it fire, call it grit, born to be free. Still holding, still hoping. Still me. And as the daylight breaks wide open, I step forward where I'm meant to be. Still me. Still